Stella Diaz has something to say by Angela Dominguez. Chapter 1. The smell of albondigas fills the house when my brother Nick and I come home. Time for our weekly appointment, says Nick, walking in the direction of the kitchen. I nod. My mouth starts to water as I follow him toward the sound of sizzling food. Around the corner, I see Mom performing her magic over a large pot on the stove. Her eyes are closed as she carefully tastes some tomato sauce with a wooden spoon. She's still wearing her work clothes, except she has an apron on and slippers instead of high heels. Mom works every day in an office, which means she can't make dinner weeknights except for Fridays, better known as our weekly appointment. It's also the night we play board games past our regular bedtime. "Mis bebés!" Mom exclaims when she sees us. She spreads her arms wide to give us big hugs and kisses. "Can I help, Mom?" I ask, wiping lipstick off my cheek. "Of course, Stella. Do you want to boil the spaghetti while I go change mi ropa?" She tugs at her clothes and takes off her apron. I say, "Sí," but inside I giggle. While Mom speaks both English and Spanish perfectly, strangers say she has an accent. To me, it's just the way she speaks. Although, every once in a while, I can hear that she says a word a little funny, like spaghetti. When Mom returns to the kitchen, she's wearing an oversized shirt and jeans instead of her business suit. She leans over the pot of simmering albondigas, wiggles her nose, and takes a deep sniff. Mom says that you can always smell when the food is ready. She looks at me as she gives me the thumbs up. "Stella, grab the platos, por favor," says Mom. I put the plates on the table while Nick helps Mom carry the food. She scoops some spaghetti and albondigas onto my plate. While she passes it to me, she makes sure to pull off the bay leaf. Mom says the bay leaf gives the albondigas their extra sabor, but we shouldn't eat it. Nick serves himself. Mom still treats me like the baby, even though I'm in 3rd grade. As soon as we start eating together, Mom asks, "So, how was your week at school, niños?" Nick starts talking right away as he twirls his spaghetti on his fork. "Pretty good. I think I'm going to join the basketball team this year. Jason and Adam are joining too." Nick is in the 8th grade, and the middle school kids get to play sports. Mom smiles. "You're going to get so strong." Nick blushes. "Yeah. Plus, it's going to make it even easier to beat Stella at arm wrestling." "I'll just practice more," I say, and stick out my tongue at him. Mom doesn't get mad. She rarely does. She only gets mad when there is hair pulling or name calling, which doesn't happen too often. She also won't take sides as much as I want her to sometimes. Instead, she just laughs it off. "What about you, Stella? How was your week?" "Amazing. Today, Miss Bell said we are going to start sustained reading in class. That means we just get to read quietly. I think I'm going to read about fishes because of Pancho," I say. Mom says, "That sounds fun. I bet Pancho is going to appreciate it." Pancho is my betta fish. That is the type of fish that likes to be alone. They can be as colorful as the rainbow, but Pancho is mostly blue, which is my favorite color. I like that Pancho likes to be alone and is okay being quiet. Mom winks at me. "Anything else?" "Oh, Miss Bell also said we are going to have a new student next week. I hope it's a girl so she can play with Jenny and me. It's hard to play tag when it's only 2 people," I say while I slurp up a noodle. "Well, I'm certain whoever it is, they will be nice. Just be sure to make them feel comfortable and be my sweet Stella," she says. I nod my head. Promise. Mom has no idea how excited I am about the new student. School has been a little lonely without my best friend Jenny in my class. I've been trying hard to make new friends, but it's not so easy. The first day of class especially didn't go so well this year. I could barely talk because my stomach was in knots all day. Then, when I did talk, I messed up. I had to read aloud a paragraph I wrote about my summer break, and I said some of the words wrong. That made some of the kids in my class, like Jessica Anderson, laugh. I hope the new kid is a girl who is a lot like me. Maybe she loves to draw, or has a fish too, or can run fast like me. I'm sure she might be a little lonely or scared on her first day like I was. I'm sure she'll appreciate my help. I'll show her the tricks around the school, like which lunch lady gives extra french fries, or which bathrooms aren't so nice. I look over at Nick. Did you learn anything cool today? It's one of my favorite things to ask him at dinner. Everything you get to learn in 8th grade just seems really interesting. He thinks for a second. Well, we studied tornadoes and all types of weather in science. The videos were pretty cool. Tornadoes? They're scary. Wait, can they happen in Chicago, Nick? He starts to snicker. Whenever he snickers, I know he's up to no good. Yes, he says. Tomatoes can happen in Chicago. I cross my arms. Ugh, Nick, you know I said tornadoes, not tomatoes. I heard tomatoes, and you shouldn't be afraid of them. Then he gently elbows me. Now, Brussels sprouts, those are scary. Guess I'm making Brussels sprouts next Friday, says Mom, winking at me. Nick groans. Ugh, okay, no more vegetable talk. Nick is pretty stellar most of the time, but he can still be an annoying older brother sometimes. Nick knows it especially bothers me that he laughs when I mess up my words. I can't help it. Sometimes I mix up the way words or letters sound, and when I do, I turn roja like a tomato. That's because the letters sound a little different in English and Spanish. I'm taking a class to help me, but I don't like that I have to take it, and I definitely don't like people making fun of me. Chapter 2. We eat until my stomach is as round as an albondiga. Then we move to the living room to play cards. Mom puts on salsa music, and we always end up dancing around the room. That's different from chips and salsa. It's a dance where you sometimes do a dip, but mostly you shake your hips and twirl around. It's really fun. During one of Mom's favorite songs, she says, "Ay, mi favorito," and then pulls me out of my chair. I wouldn't even dream of dancing at school, but with Mom, it is so fun. Stella, we used to dance to this song when we lived in Mexico City, she says as she spins me around. How? My mom is from Mexico, but we moved to Chicago when I was a baby. I can't picture a baby dancing. I don't even know any babies who dance. They can barely walk. Well, technically, I rocked you in my arms, but I danced enough for the two of us. Mom picks me up for a second like I'm a baby, and it makes me laugh. Then she tries to pick up Nick, but he groans, "Mom," as he brushes his hair back. I notice the smallest smirk on his right cheek. Lately, Nick is acting like he's too old to play with us, but I know he secretly still likes being silly. The smirk always gives it away. After many rounds of cards and salsa dancing, I head up to my room. Before bed, I feed my betta fish. Next week, I'm going to learn everything about you and your relatives, Pancho, I say. Then I crawl into bed and stare at him swimming. I love Pancho, but I'm really glad I'm not a betta fish. I couldn't be in a tank all by myself without my family. I giggle. Nick would look funny as a talking fish. As I close my eyes, I start picturing the new student and my future friend. I hope she speaks Spanish, I say, as I drift off to sleep. Chapter 3. Monday morning, Nick walks me to my school before he heads over to Arlington Heights Middle School. He's about to say his usual, "Bye, sis," when Jenny runs over. She has a huge smile, and then she twists around. I see why she is so happy. She has a new backpack, and it has glitter, sparkles, and a cat. It's very Jenny. "Like it?" she asks. "Yes," I say. "Thanks. I wanted to get one that looks like Anna's." "Who?" I ask. "Anna. She's in my class. She has the best taste," Jenny grins. Nick rolls his eyes. Girls. He does not like sparkles. Then he rubs my head and takes off as Jenny and I walk into our school. I almost forgot, Jenny says. I have lychee candy for you. My mom went to the Vietnamese market. She opens her backpack to give me the candy. I lick my lips. Jenny's family is from Vietnam, but unlike me, Jenny was born here in Chicago. Yum, I say, popping a piece in my mouth. Jenny nods and looks into her classroom. Oh, I see Anna. I have to show her my new backpack. See you at lunch, Stella. The backpack that looks like Anna's bounces as Jenny runs into the room. From where I'm standing, I can see Jenny talking to Anna, but only the back of Anna's head. Who is this Anna? I think to myself. I sigh and look down at the best friend bracelet Jenny gave me over the summer. It suddenly looks smaller than usual, especially compared to a backpack. I'm glad Jenny isn't lonely in her class, but she and I are the only ones who are supposed to match. If there was a rule book to being best friends, I'm sure rules on matching would be in the top 10 easily. It's just part of being best friends. Luckily, I start feeling better as soon as I get to my room and see Miss Bell standing in front of the whiteboard. She's wearing polka dots again. They're my favorite, she told us on the first day of class, which made me happy. Polka dots are my favorite too. I sit down in my assigned seat as Miss Bell carefully starts to write our agenda for the day on the board. In perfect cursive handwriting, she squiggles 1. Library visit. 2. Sustained reading. 3. Lunch. 4. Story time. And 5. Science. I copy it down in my spiral notebook. Then I add a 6th item to my schedule and draw a smiley face. Make a new friend. Today is going to be a good day. Miss Bell, are you going to read from Help, I'm a Prisoner in the Library again today after lunch? Asks Chris Pollard. He's one of the loudest kids in our class and is best friends with Ben Shaw, the class clown. Seems only appropriate since we're visiting the library this morning, doesn't it? She says as she pushes her glasses up the bridge of her nose. Hearing that makes me feel happy. Even though we can all read really well, Miss Bell reads out loud to us a little bit every day during story time. It's just one chapter, but it's like watching a play. I close my eyes remembering how Miss Bell does all these great voices for all the characters. Suddenly, the bell rings. I open my eyes. The classroom is full except for the one empty seat where the new kid, aka my new friend, will sit. I bet she will have the best taste. Even better than Anna's. Chapter 4. Miss Morale